gloves. I'll do it.
Did it work with the gloves?
Yeah.
Well, everybody's been wondering where the two of us have been. Here we are.
So I'm getting my hair done. Thank you very much, Lena.
You're welcome. So what we're doing today is we're just gonna do your roots.
Yeah.
She's got quite a bit of blonde here, but we still want to we're doing a level 8 with a double ash because underneath it all she puts a lot of red. So that's what we'll be doing today.
Yeah. So we just thought we chit chat a lot when we're doing this kind of stuff, because that's what hairstylists do, is they're counselors and behind the chair.
So we don't know whether we're supposed to talk, how we're supposed to talk, but we're going to be as normal as we can possibly be allowed to be.
Yeah.
Without being,
that thing, that thing that happens in the world right now where you don't really know what's going on because you don't get the real story.
Nope.
Depends what station you're watching.
Exactly.
It was funny because we bought tickets to see Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you've watched any of his stuff.
Oh.
He's going to be in Victoria. They added a show. I was actually going to go in Abbotsford, but they ended up adding a show in Victoria, which was great because then I don't have to pay for ferry and all that. So my husband Alan and my two sisters are going to go to see him in Victoria. But anyway, so we were talking about the news, and I don't have regular TV, so I don't know what goes on the news unless I hear it from one of my sisters who has the news and watches it religiously and believes everything on there. But anyway, they were talking about how they were trying to stop Jordan Peterson from talking in Victoria because he's kind of causing some controversy about our political system, and God forbid that there should be controversy made and exposed to anybody, which is really very interesting. But anyway, the mayor decided, he should be able to have an opportunity. But who knows? This is in May. So, if a lot of people complain.
What are they scared of?
Yeah. He talks a lot about politics, how our Prime Minister and what's going on there, and what this WEF, New World Order stuff that's going on in the world that a lot of people don't know about. And he has a following of millions of people, which is such a great avenue to get information out to people that aren't seeing. Then they can make their own opinion. That's the whole point of open conversations and even debates, is you can pick a side and decide, do your own research, right? So anyway, I thought that was very interesting.
Exactly. The thing is, you hit it right on the head there, where it's make your own decision, and to what's going on, not have somebody tell you this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it just makes I don't know what it is it's come to the thing where people either don't want to know, or they're lazy, or they want to use something as quick as it's conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And anything that I'm starting to find out, that anything that's the truth has become a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And it's just like, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Why, if they got nothing to hide,
Yeah.
what's the problem? Why haven't we had a debate on people like, that, what's the word? What would be the word to use? Curiosity of people that want to ask certain questions.
Yeah.
Inquiry minds. That's
yes,
the word.
Exactly.
Want to know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can't we?
Exactly. Like that just sounds so totalitarian. where we're going to hide this information from you and you only get to see this much, because that would be a threat to what we're trying to do. Basically, it's an agenda driven way of being, right? I don't know, like I used to be a person that thought that the medical system was only out for your own good and that the pharmaceutical companies were really trying to help. But let's face it, even what they're called is practice of medicine. They're practicing, but they're using drugs to practice. And it's to alleviate symptoms. How many cures have you heard of? How many cures actually happen?
There is no cures.
Right, it's only band-aids, it seems like. But anyway, so we've been raised with this thought system that you have to believe in the professionals. They know better. And as much research now that the internet came out, not that everything on the internet is real, you still have to do your research and dig. But it's just, you can find out things that you didn't know before, and you don't have to be told from somebody that has an agenda. Like the doctor wants money in his bank account too. So he's going to tell you his story, and he's not going to research something he doesn't know. Like they say, they don't even learn about nutrition. No. It's very little that they take when they go to become a doctor. Anyway.
Well, you have this, is it called prednisone? That's
Prednisone?
Prednisone.
Yeah.
That's the word. I know somebody a few people that have been on it, and it's a type of thing that you don't want to be on. And sometimes you have to, and what have you, or maybe sometimes you don't have to.
Yeah.
But the trigger is you want something that is going to work. If in fact I can use this as ibuprofen. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ibuprofen is something for me if I'm sick, I'm not feeling good, I have a fever and I'm achy and I'm I need a little boost to take that pain away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It says right on the directions on it, it says one. It depends on how many milligrams it is. If it's 400,
right,
you're going to take one.
Right.
Right? I'm just using this as an example.
Right.
Now, saying, for instance, if I used ibuprofen for 6 months, every day, for 6 months, what would happen to me?
Yeah. Your stomach would be...
Well, I have no stomach because it states right in there that you can get bleeding in the stomach from ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing in there that you can keep using something over and over and over. This is just a temporary thing to get me through my headache or my
whatever.
achiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're using something over and over and over, like prednisone,
yeah,
what do you think's going to happen? Because the thing is, we talked about a Band-Aid. This is just a temporary thing. We don't know how to fix this, but we're going to just give you drugs to be able to. There's all sorts of things that you could do for swelling of the joints or arthritic pains, what have you, naturally. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But if it wasn't for the fact that the pharmaceutical companies are in the pockets of our governments, the practice of medicine could be the practice of being well instead of, we need pharmaceutical drugs to just mask diseases. Where, when I used to, I'm a Reiki master and I do energy work and whatever else as well. But my success is when you figure out what's going on and you don't have to come back. That's when you're a successful practitioner, because it's worked its way out, whatever it is. That's what doctors should be about, is we need to figure out the root cause of what's going on. So you don't have to come back, and you don't have to keep using something over and over, and it's lining pockets of all kinds of people, and it becomes all about money which that's the world we're in, which needs to change. And, you know, the things that are happening right now is waking people up to how bad it really is. Like the stories you hear of people that have had that jibby jabby thing, it's insane that it's happening. These people's health is being destroyed. And, you know, I don't know. It's so sad that people aren't willing to look at another way, because they've been ingrained into a system that you just listen to the doctor knows best, and don't think for yourself, don't research for yourself, don't look into what's going on in our politics right now. Everything will be fine if we just leave it alone, and I don't want people to know what my opinions are.
Leave it alone, Lena. Or leave it alone, Corey.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, you know, there's some natural stuff out there, the turmeric and pepper and all that kind of stuff for inflammation and what have you. But, you know, the thing is if you keep yourself ignorant, and then you're just going to be completely dictated to.
Exactly.
And because you don't know any better, because you just want to stay ignorant.
Yeah.
To anything that's brought up.
Yeah.
To you. So, I'm just not like that. I gotta flip coins around. I'm sorry. I gotta look underneath there and see, and look a little bit deeper and use my own discretion.
Exactly.
Because nobody else is gonna do that for me.
No, you don't mean as much to you as you. The doctor doesn't care as much about you as you should care about you.
No.
And they don't know you as much as you know you.
That's another thing, right? And we're all unique individuals. What's good for you is not necessarily good for me.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that people have to start learning to look after themselves and listen to your own intuition.
Yeah.
Not listening to all this other gibberish kind of stuff, and do your homework, because you have to have knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, you'll perish.
Yeah. Yeah.
It even says that in the Bible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
Without knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just think people need to. Oops, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to say about, you know, as with regards to health is, you know, people just want the quick fix, right? And if you have to change your diet and your way of living in order to be well, a lot of people just won't do it. They just want something to take. If it's a pain, I just don't want the pain anymore. And I want my life the way it is. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat, do what I want to do. Just give me something that takes away what's going to impede that.
I want it now.
Yeah.
It's like instantly. We want the internet quicker. We want that knowledge right now. We want to fix right now. But unfortunately, that's how the society's become. Back in the day, you had to wait for things, did you not?
Exactly. Yeah.
You had to be patient.
Yeah.
You just didn't get things at your fingertip.
Well, even looking at you, like cooking meals every day. How many people go through the effort of making a good meal, at least one good meal a day, you know, instead of this instant stuff that you don't even know what it is really, but it's quick. Or snacking, just instead of having a meal, we're just going to snack.
Or go through the drive-through, or order something
else.
It's
like you said, it's that quick.
I want it quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much.
Exactly, Lena. So the work is also investigating.
And I don't want to wash dishes. How about that?
Yeah.
That's where the society's come. And the thing is, I like to cook, thank goodness, and I know how to cook. So there's a lot of people out there that don't want to learn again. Like, anybody can cook.
No.
If you can read?
Yeah. It's time.
You don't even have to know how to read. It's called, 4-year-old can make themselves something.
Yeah.
You know, it's just watching and learning, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's visual.
Yeah.
So, but everybody's lazy.
Yeah.
They just absolutely lazy or don't have the time
Yeah.
to sit back and learn. It's
Yeah.
weird.
They want to be spoon fed everything. So what's happened now is they're spoon feeding them what they want them to know and what they want them to have.
That's
And
exactly it.
and I know our food isn't good anymore. It's
No.
not what it used to be. You have to actually read ingredients because there's all
Yeah.
kinds of crap in it.
Absolutely.
Unless it looks like an apple, and even then they spray stuff on. Anyway, it's getting to the point where it's insane to even be well when you eat.
Well, I don't know about you. I have never ever in my lifetime seen on packages no GMO, genetically
Right.
modified,
Yeah.
when I was growing up. I
Yeah.
don't know. Did you
No.
have that?
No. What is that? Like,
What is that? No GMO. Well, I hope not.
exactly. Why would we need
What?
to look for that?
Why is that on my packages that I'm feeding myself and
Exactly.
my family?
Yeah.
And this is where we come again with knowledge. People will go, oh, well, I never heard of that before. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, they've modified our wheat. I mean, we could go on, our meat,
Yeah.
our milk,
Yeah.
to produce more.
Yeah.
Our children are getting affected by it, as we know.
Yeah.
We're getting affected by it. And they sneak all this stuff in there. And before you know it,
Yeah.
you're sitting there and going, what happened to me?
What's going on with my body?
Yeah, what happened to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to really look after yourself, like I said, because nobody else is going to do it for you. They're not.
No. No.
And nobody wants to go into the hospital.
Oh my gosh, right at this point in time, I never wanted to be in a hospital, but right now,
Yeah, you don't want to go in there.
you don't want to be in there.
No.
And God bless all of the people that are trying to do their best to help people in there, but I don't think it's a healthy place to be anymore.
No.
I really don't have a trust in that system anymore.
Mm-mm. It's like you go in there and you're worse off when you went in there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Well, I remember a few years back when they started to go after all of the natural products and have to have them all labeled with what was exactly inside them. And, our Health Canada department, would have to approve all of the ingredients. And when you look at what's going on right now with testing with this jibby jab, and they can't give you a vitamin E to put on your shelf because it hasn't passed Health Canada yet they're jibby jabbing everybody with what?
Well, for one thing, let's talk about that for a second. Like we talked about just now, GMO, looking at ingredients that are labeled in what we're eating, everything. And some people don't, and that's fine. You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah.
But you hit it right there. I don't know what is in the jibby jabby.
No.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Did they
I do now because
No. But was there a thing
no
to say, okay, these are your underlying things that can happen? I don't know.
Informed consent is what they call it.
Right?
No.
You know, if you get a prescription from your doctor, say, and he gives you, well, we'll just say, what do you call those things? Painkiller, like a Tylenol 3.
Yeah.
Is there not a wrapping or a thing that they give to you from the pharmacy that shows you
side effects? Exactly.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
I thought there was.
That's right.
So why is it that they didn't give a side effect for all
this
the jibby jab?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
And you had to sign for it. Have you ever had to sign for?
No.
That's what I heard.
So then you're giving it
You're
giving permission.
You're giving yourself permission to take this thing that you
don't know
I
anything about.
I don't have a clue.
No. No.
Just saying.
Well, and I must say that with my experience with cancer, I had quite a few years ago. You know, they want to rush you into okay, you need to get set up for radiation and then chemotherapy. But do you think they're telling you like, well, this is what's going to happen with this?
They don't tell you.
They get you in the system really quickly, and which is the sad part over the last 2 years is a lot of people couldn't even get their treatments. But like, what's that about? If the well-being of people is to keep their health, why are you shutting down people that are having fatal illnesses and not allowing them to have your treatments that are supposed to be working for them? Anyway, there's
or
just
operations
that you've been waiting in line for years. It's so broken, Lena, and we're starting to see that about our government now, like how broken that system is. It's just everything needs to get to a point where we can see what needs to change, but it's the ones that aren't looking that are lost. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're not lost.
Well,
They're
I
happy.
think what it is on the other hand is just we have eyes. I thought some of us don't even have eyes, but they have ears. And then there's some of us that have both ears and eyes.
Yeah.
And some don't even have eyes, right?
No.
Like I said,
Yeah.
you can't hear,
Yeah.
but they still check in and they're paying attention. It doesn't matter because you've still got that inner thing that tells you there's something not right.
Yeah.
And if you're not paying attention to that, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
You
The
just
warning
are,
signs. Ignore the warning signs.
right? It's
Yeah.
just something. If something ain't right, go with your gut instinct and check it out.
Yeah.
And that could be anything of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
just gonna, oh geez, I'll ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it may be, it could be something your health. It could be
Yeah.
something that somebody told you, and you turn the other cheek because it's just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad that you think that I'm a conspiracy theorist or somebody's a conspiracy theorist because there's something in that fact that you don't want to know and you don't want to hear it. So that tells
Exactly.
me something right there, doesn't it?
Exactly.
What is it that you don't want to hear? I listen to other people. I don't
Yeah.
go, oh, you're right, you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it is like nobody wants to be wrong, and nobody wants people to think that they did something wrong, and admitting to that takes a humble person
That's true.
to be.
too.
And we need to
It
be
does
able.
take a humble person.
Yeah, yeah. And there is no right or wrong. There just is. You got to live with that, whatever consequences of what you do. So, but when you're trying to help people that don't want help, you're
Just-
wasting your time.
Don't even.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
can lead a horse to water, like the old saying goes, but you can't make him drink,
yeah,
right?
yeah.